Hi, my name's Greg Baker and I'm the current head coach of British Para Table Tennis, and I'd like to introduce to you today a series of videos from some of our world-class athletes and senior coaching staff as part of our world-class performance programme on the reasons why they love table tennis and how you can still get involved in the sport even in the current lockdown that we're in due to COVID-19. So firstly, for me, why do I love table tennis? I think it has high levels of speed and spin. There's a whole range of different technicalities involved in the sport. It's never the same. It's always changing, always moving. So you've got to want to keep moving, keep learning if you want to keep up with the sport. It's one of the most participated sports in the world, so a lot of people play it around the world. So that's, for me, why it makes it so fascinating, because so many people play the sport. Currently in the lockdown that we're in, you can get involved with your family playing the sport. You can use frying pans for bats if you don't have a table tennis bat. You can even use books if you like for putting up a net over the kitchen table, or it could be over a desk, and you can get the whole family involved playing the sport. If you don't have that, then you can get really cheap balls and bats that you can buy over on Amazon or other companies that they sell very cheap bats and balls that you can get involved in, and you can really have fun with the family. It has high energy, it brings people together, you can have a laugh while you're playing the sport, and that's why even in the current restrictions that we're in, you can still get involved in it, still learn from it, still have a laugh with the family, and that's why I love table tennis, because it just brings people together from all societies, and especially in this current lockdown, it can bring the family together, which of course is really important in all of times. So that's the reasons why I love table tennis, and for me, get involved in it now. Find out more about British Para Table Tennis, find out more about table tennis as a whole. We're here to help, we're here to assist you. You can really look to get involved in the sport. And I'm now going to hand you over to, like I said, some of our coaching staff and world-class athletes on the reasons why they also love table tennis and some tips to get involved in the sport, even in this current lockdown that we're in. I hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name's Andrew Rushton. I am national team coach for the British Para Table Tennis team. The reasons why I love table tennis: it's fast, it's dynamic, it incorporates spin, speed, power. To be good at table tennis, you have to have good hand-eye coordination and to be an explosive athlete. I also love it because that's where I met my beautiful partner, who's holding the camera right now. We both played in the national team. And without table tennis, we wouldn't have our two children.
Hi, I'm Will Bailey, Paralympic champion in Rio 2016. I love table tennis. It's my passion. I've played since I was 7 years old, when I started playing in Great Ormond Street Hospital on a mini table tennis table, and I've never looked back. I always play it, and even when I'm in isolation, I've been playing in my kitchen, and I've been doing everything to put a bat in my hand, doing skills and all sorts. So yeah, it's a sport that you can all go out there and play, and it's just so fun. So yeah, get out there and hit a ball.
Okay, so one of the ways when we've been in lockdown that we've been trying to keep active is table tennis. So what we've done, we've bought just a cheap set off the internet, around about £10. And what you can do is it's got a retractable net, 2 rackets and a ball, and we just put that on the dining room table for the kids to play, just to practice a little bit of aim. Jack already goes to one of the table tennis clubs in the area, but we've just been practicing, just trying to get the ball on. Obviously you can see we've got a 3-year-old, so he's not great at putting the ball on the table. If you can't get one of these nets or the rackets, we can use, one thing that we have used is books. Okay, so just lining them up just across the net, or just across as a net, and that way then you can still play. Let's go, boys. So obviously with our 3-year-old, he's not going to be able to put the ball on the table that much, but we have got a game where we can see if he can catch the ball in the bucket. So good hand-eye coordination drill. Jack's going to put it in. So if you hold that, let's swap. You hold that. Okay, so you're going to catch the ball. Jack's going to serve the ball in, and Harry's going to try and catch it in the basket. Are you ready?
Yes.
Hey! and again. So try and bounce it in, try and hit the ball on the other side of the table. Hey! One more. Oh, you missed that time, never mind. Well, that's just sort of a quick drill that we've been using just to keep the kids engaged, keep them involved and practice that hand-eye coordination.
I'm Megan Shackleton and I used to swim competitively from a young age, but when I found table tennis I was hooked. I now represent Great Britain and I'm hoping to represent at my first Paralympic Games next year in Tokyo. And the thing that I love most about table tennis would definitely be keeping up with all the different spins, speeds and change of direction.
Hi, my name is Neil Robinson. I'm a GB Paralympic table tennis coach. And the reason I love table tennis is because you can play it anytime, any place, anywhere, with anyone. And during lockdown, we've improvised and we're playing on our dining room table. And you can have hours of fun by doing this. You can buy equipment for less than £10 and you can have hours and hours of fun with the family, young children, up to aging people. Okay, so let's see how we do this. Oops, I guess that's 1 point to me. I've actually been coaching my wife this afternoon and she's shown some very good promise. The loser of this match cooks the dinner. Okay, here we go. Okay, place some forehands, here we go. Well done. Excellent, move your feet, Karen.
Hi guys, my name's Aaron McKibben. I'm a Paralympics GB table tennis player. I started playing table tennis at school at the age of 15 and I've been lucky enough to go on to 2 Paralympic Games, winning medals in both Rio and London 2012. I think the thing I love about table tennis competitive-wise is it's really different. It's so fast and so much spin to consider, and every opponent's different. From a social side, I love that anyone can play it. It's all inclusive. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, disabled or able-bodied, male or female. Anyone can play with anyone. And some of my fondest memories are playing with my cousin in my house, just setting a table up with some videotapes as a net and messing around with each other. So you can play it anywhere at home. And during this time of everyone being on lockdown, it's a great time for people to get involved and play table tennis. So give it a go, have fun, and you never know, you can go on to hopefully represent the country one day if you really enjoy it. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Matt Kenny. I'm one of the coaches for British Para Table Tennis, and I've got a few challenges for the kids at home that are just looking to start out playing table tennis. And under the current circumstances in lockdown, it's not possible to get to a club. Just table tennis isn't really accessible. But we're going to show you how you can actually improve your skills at home. The great thing about this is that you don't need your brother, your sister or your parents, because this is just individual and it's something that you can practice on your own. All you need is a bit of space, a bat and a ball. Okay? First one that we're going to try and do is just learn how to bounce the ball up and down with the forehand side of the racket. And the most important thing here is that the racket is square to the ball. If you can keep that racket square to the ball will go up in a straight line, making each one easy. If you're getting the different racket angles and it starts bouncing off all over the place, you're just going to make it hard for yourself and you're going to lose control of the ball. Okay, if it does go off in a different angle, just follow it with your body, with your feet, and then bring it back to central. Okay, once you get comfortable with that, and I recommend once you can do 100 on your own on the forehand side, we're going to try it on the backhand side. The backhand side is a little bit harder because it's a bit more difficult to keep the racket square to the ball. So just challenge yourself with that, keeping it nice and square, keep the ball in a straight line. If it does go off to the side, just move with it and then bring it back into the middle. Try and stay active with your feet, nice and light, legs slightly bent. So if it does if it does go off in a different direction, then you're in the best possible stance to be able to move and get stable with the bounce again and keep it going up in a straight line. Now, once we've done that, again with the backhand, try and get 100. That shows that you've got lots of control over what you're doing. Then we're going to try and alternate from backhand to forehand. Now we're going to start with one bounce on each of the backhand and the forehand. Okay. The challenge with this one is getting the racket fast enough, flipped over onto the other side, to be able to get it square. If you're too slow with the rotation of the bat, then you're going to lose control and the ball's going to bounce off in the direction you don't want it to go. Okay, if that's too difficult, then we can make it a little bit easier and we could just start with maybe 5 on each side. And then maybe reduce it down to 4. Then reduce it to 3. Then to 2. Then to 1. Okay? Again, we can start to do that. We can do it 100 times and alternate it from backhand to forehand. You're showing signs of really good bat and ball skills. And then we're going to move on to the final challenge. And the final challenge, it should keep you busy for a long time. It'll give you a lot of self-satisfaction when you can do it. Okay, we're going to bounce the ball on the forehand side, then the middle of the bat, and then the backhand side, and then back to the middle. And we're just going to keep that cycle going. And you're going to try and do it for as long as you can. Now this one could take you a while. Okay, here goes. Okay. The key to this, you know already that you can get the bat rotated over fast enough because you've done it in the challenge before. You could do it 100 times. With this one, it's getting the racket so that it's completely square. The edge of the racket is completely square to the ball. That way, then it's going to go up in a relatively straight line, and then it's just rotating the bat over onto the backhand side, keeping it square to the ball, going up in a straight line. The more you can keep that ball going in a straight line, the more times you're going to be able to do it. If you're having to run around after the ball all the time, you're only going to get it. You're only going to be able to do it 1 or 2 times. So challenge yourself to keep that ball in a straight line. And if you can do that 10 times round, again, you're showing amazing bat and ball skills. Okay, go away, give it a go. Hope you get on with it and do it really well. Good luck, guys.
Hi, my name's Ross Wilson. I'm the current Commonwealth and World Champion. I first started playing table tennis on a family holiday to Center Parcs, and that's where I originally got into it, and then from there I moved to my local club. Since then I've also won 2 Paralympic medals, and yeah, I really do love playing table tennis because, you know, it's really fun, it's fast, and no 2 points are ever the same, so you know, it's really enjoyable, and you can kind of do it anywhere, so you can use any objects, kind of make your own rules, and yeah, find like a random thing for a ball, a random bat. You can play it on your kitchen table, and just get involved. So good luck.
As you can see, this is really easy to set up. It's lots of fun. So get playing, guys, and stay safe.